increasingly adopted by elite clubs in other countries. From the scrimmages at the first training camp, however, Hiddink could see that this freewheeling style wouldn't come easily. His players moved the ball in more regimented ways, often predictably passing to more senior teammates. Worse yet, the youngsters he had selected for their speed would balk in front of the net when they had clear shots. Then they'd apologize to the veterans for their mistakes, sometimes reprising this self-criticism in press interviews afterwards. The squad was playing poorly, but Hiddink didn't cut the underperformers or chide them from the sidelines. Instead, he called a formal meeting. His Korean translator winced when relaying the coach's gloomy assessment that their current form would result in an early exit from the tournament. To underscore this threat, he reminded them that the Reds had never won a game in 5 previous World Cup appearances. But if they would commit to a grueling regimen of advanced fitness workouts throughout their long training camp, there was hope. They might gain a stamina advantage, like the one that had carried the miracle North Korean team into the 1966 tournament. The men in red met eyes for a moment and then answered, "Yay." They would do whatever it takes. The coach then stunned the team with a new set of ground rules. The next round of training would be held halfway across the world at an international soccer facility in the United Arab Emirates, where cutting-edge kinesiologists would lead them through next-level workouts. The Korean press would be ceremoniously uninvited. The changes extended even to matters of grammar. The Korean language's honorific formulations, which he had learned rookies were using to address their veteran teammates, even in fast-moving situations on the field, were henceforth banned. Hiddink rationalized all these policies in terms of efficiency, but they also transformed the cultural cues surrounding players. Onlookers started to question the coach's sanity, or at least his sensitivity. Was he ignoring cultural differences and asking Koreans to work, play, and train like Europeans overnight, as a New York Times reporter questioned? "Maybe you are right," Hiddink replied, "or maybe these players can adapt quicker than you think." Soon, Hiddink's bet seemed to be paying off. The changed setting brought out different sides of his players' identities and fostered their learning. Players carried themselves like other international pros who were training there. The Korean social habits that had been slowing their play, deference and self-criticism, surfaced less frequently on the field. Veterans became less attached to regimented set pieces. Rookies felt freer to react spontaneously and take scoring opportunities. Still, as the Reds started their summer 2001 schedule against the world's best teams, their total football often lapsed into total chaos. A central tactic is swapping positions with a teammate to throw off defenders. But the Reds didn't have enough experience playing this way to read each other's minds and mesh with their moves. In May, they fell to France 5-0. After another 5-0 loss in August to the Czech Republic, the Korean press branded Hiddink Oh Dae-young, Mr. 5-0. The Reds were losing worse than ever. A retired Reds manager blamed it on the ignorant foreigner. The team's major sponsor, Samsung, canned a pricey TV commercial it had shot featuring the beleaguered coach. During the extended camp that followed, Reds players continued to hone their skills and build their stamina. However, daily social interactions began to settle into old grooves of the team's traditions. Veterans like Hung Myung-bo, who had played in 3 previous cups, guided the rest through the old-fashioned warm-ups the Reds had always done. Longtime staffers regaled players with tales of heroes from past squads. Rituals of camp life reconfigured themselves, such as rookies waiting at meals for veterans to first take a table. Some days they even polished the veterans' shoes. All of this hit home for Hiddink one day when a rookie confided that it felt somehow wrong, against the Reds' way, to swap places with a veteran famous for playing his position. Traditions are invaluable.